You join me today as reality dawns that trying to turn Brentford around and put them back in the Premier League is not going to be an easy task. Hello and welcome to episode 6 of Project Turnaround. My name is Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games, both against Lancashire sides actually. First of all against Blackpool at home in the Carabao Cup third round as we try and progress to the fourth round of that competition. And then we have a Championship match day 8 up at Ewood Park at Blackburn. Fair old trip that is too. If you do enjoy today's episode, don't forget to leave me that thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. It all helps here on YouTube. And also, if you are thinking of buying yourself FM24, and it's not that far off now, we're expecting about 20 days, about 3 weeks, and we're expecting to see the beta version come out. So 3 weeks isn't very long to wait. That's not a lot of sleeps, is it? If you'd like to get your copy and get it loaded up in Steam or Epic or whatever before it lands, then follow the link below. And there is also a code down there which will get you a discount. And I think you pay something like £35 and 5 pence, 35 quid for a £45. So you get a tenner off, basically, off of the list price if you were buying it in Steam. And it all helps the channel. So if you don't mind doing that, I'd be most grateful. Thank you very much. Since you were last with us, we have, we've played one game against Hull, and another draw it was too. I think pretty much like this one. That one we didn't come from behind. We had the lead in that one, but this one we went behind after 41 minutes. But Perez getting us back on terms in the second half after 59 minutes. Quite a good goal, actually. I'll show you the goal before we move on. It's coming up now. And if you are thinking of the FM24, we have obviously had a few drips of what's going to happen. Lewis Potter crossed that in. Perez just swipes it into the back of the net. Couldn't get any more away, though. We had 9 shots, 3 on target. They had 12 and 4. We have 51% of the possession against their 49, but they had a vastly superior XG to us. Didn't even really get ourselves going properly in that game. We need to somehow find our mojo. I think if we go to the data hub and we go, do you know, I can never remember. Match report, here we go. Overall match momentum, as you will see, Hull really had most of that game. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 minutes in the first half. We only had 10. And in the second half, we only had 15 minutes at best. So we were second best in that game for long periods of time. So we need to, as I say, find some form. And I'm not thinking, well, I am thinking that it's a lot to do with the fact that East players are really grumpy. And Bromo, he's been playing like I don't know, bear with a sore head. And to be honest, I'm actually fed up with him. Unfortunately, obviously, we're out of the transfer window. But I honestly think probably him and Damsgaard, it's time for them to move on. They're all grumpy. They're grumpy because they got rid of Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney wanted to go because he'd been relegated and he wanted to play at a higher level. I don't know what to do, really. So I think sooner or later, Buomo and Damsgaard are going to get the marching orders. We have offered Buomo out, but nothing as yet has come back the other way. That's something in FM24 when you try and offload players. Should be quite an interesting change to what goes on. Not a lot more to tell you other than Blackpool are our opponents in this Carabao Cup third round. If we have a quick look, we can actually see that they beat Middlesbrough 2-1 in the second round. They've also played a first round game, which they beat Barnsley by 1-0. Jerry Yates seems to be the person that scores goals for them. Having said that, they haven't won in 4 games. They've drawn twice and lost one. The last game was in League One against Cheltenham. So today will be a chance for them to try and get themselves a result against a team in a higher league than them. Let's hope they don't do it. Past meetings, nothing to tell you. There's no history between these two sides in this save. So let's just go and play them, I think is the best thing to do. Let's go and have a look at the team that will face Blackpool in this Carabao Cup 3rd round as we look for a bit of form. Well, the one thing we didn't do before we look at the teams was to have a look at the table as it currently stands. Everybody having played 7 games. Crystal Palace lead the pack, some 5 points clear of Burnley in second place on 16 points. Crystal Palace on 21. They've won all. They're the only team with a 100% record, won all their 7 games to date. Millwall are in 3rd on 15, then Wolves 14. Watford are 5th on 13. Then come Brentford and Reading on 12 points. Sheffield United, Sunderland, Swansea, Rotherham, and in the drop zone at the moment, Huddersfield, Queen's Park Rangers and Birmingham. So we've got to pick up some momentum. We've only won 1 in our last 5, drawn 3 and lost 1. So, or is that Reading? No, that is us. You know, I can't see the line properly. Here we go. Yes. So we're going to need to do something today if we are to get Blackburn have won 3 and lost 2 of their last 5. So it's got to be a bit of a turnaround. And this is the team that will face Blackpool in this Carabao Cup 3rd round. Raya continues in goal. Tavares. I've just realised Nuno Tavares can play, though he's not registered. He's not registered for the league, but he can play in this competition, which is good news. So he makes his debut for us out on that left side. Starfelt, Janssen and Roslev are the defensive line then. Bidstrup is the defensive midfielder. De Silva and Yarmolak are playing in central mid. And Buemo moves to the left today, albeit I'm a bit grumpy with him and he's not been performing well. Lewis Potter is on the right. Perez leads the attack. Strakowska, Kramer, Sharaway, Divozoglu, Mari, Laffy, Damsgaard, Sorensen and Winks all make up the bench. And this is how the two sides face up. We're playing our 4-3-3, which we're hoping will show signs of a change in our fortunes. They're playing a flat back 3, 2 wing backs and a defensive midfielder. Confirmation of the teams for you. Lewis Potter with our first highlight and a corner. Swung in and Pontus Jansson scores our first goal and his first of the season after 36 minutes. And it's been a bit of a dour affair up until now. Crossed very deep and he was unmarked and planted it in the back of the net. We have another corner. Lewis Potter with this one. Swings it deep again. And Pontus Jansson gets his second of the game. His second of the season. It was almost identical. In fact, if I didn't know differently, I would have thought Football Manager had duplicated here. It is identical, pretty much. And they have a free kick. It's gone over the top. Raya will come out and falls on that. I'm presuming the highlight won't just be that. It's going to be something else happening. What is going to happen? Raya rolls it out to Janssen. Yarmolak to Potter. Potter couldn't control the ball. Very poor. It's gone out wide to James. James unmarked has crossed it into the area. Starfelt heads it back in. And oh dear. Raya saved a penalty in the last game. But Jerry Yates steps up, sends him the wrong way. It's 2-1 after 43. Yeah, sent him the wrong way. Good penalty. Half time comes. No more highlights. Blackpool 3 shots, 2 on target, 0.86, 25% of the possession. We have had 6 shots, 3 on target, 0.56, 75% of the possession. Just need to be more clinical. I don't know what's the matter with us. Are we ruined getting rid of Ivan Toney? Tavares with the throw in, our first highlight of the second half. Bidstrop getting it back to him. De Silva has a go from outside the area. It's just gone over the top. And Buemo with a corner. An in-swinger on this far side. And it's gone in. And keen Lewis Potter gets his 3rd of the season. Our 3rd today. I'm not quite sure what happened. I think it caught the defender, Janssen, looking for his hat-trick. And it fell to Lewis Potter and he put it away. And with nearly 68 minutes on the clock, making one change, Mads Roslev is very tired. We've moved Tavares over to the right. Sharaway comes on in place of Roslev on the left-hand side of that defence. And we've just swapped Perez and Lewis Potter around. And with 72 minutes on the clock, making 2 more changes. Perez has come off. And we've brought on Diversoglu and also going off Mads Bidstrop, who's tiring. And we've placed him with Bach Sorensen. And with 81, nearly 82 minutes on the clock, making our final 2 changes. Lafie comes on in midfield. And we have taken off Yamalak. And also we have taken off Pontus Janssen. Given him ample chance to try and score his hat-trick. He's not. And Pablo Mare comes on for him. And Gabriel gets that ball forward looking for Kerry. Starfelt is there. Diversoglu goes out wide to Mbuemo. Mbuemo is there, brings it down. Gets into the area. He's pulled it back for Sharaway. Sharaway finds De Silva. De Silva has a shot. And De Silva puts away his first goal of the season. It's 4-1 on the night. And we are in the 4th round, boys and girls. We've beaten Blackpool, turned the gas up after half-time. It's been a little bit better. And Sharaway, De Silva. De Silva, it took a fine deflection. I think it was going wide. But De Silva will claim it. No more highlights. It's all over. 10 shots, 6 on target, 1.1 on the XG, 73% of the possession. They had 8 shots, 3 on target, 0.91 and 27% of the possession. It's been a good day at the office. Can we carry that form going forward into the Championship? Time will tell. Well, as the graph shows us, we had the first half, apart from them scoring that goal right at the end of it, which was rather annoying. And then we had the early part of the second half. As we grew tired, you can see they came back into the match. Something we need to stop, really. But of course, by the time we got to that point, we did have the advantage and rounded it off in the end with that goal from Josh De Silva. So that's how the game went. What we'll do now is we'll come back for the draw for the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. Who will we get this time? Let's find out. And 16 teams in the draw for this Carabao Cup 4th round. And the teams are Aston Villa, Brentford, Bristol City, who beat Newcastle, Cardiff, Carlisle, Everton, Leeds, Liverpool, Manchester City and Manchester United, Millwall, Queen's Park Rangers, Southampton, Stoke, Tottenham and West Brom. Who will we get? Let's go and find out. Well, my apologies. I clicked completely on the wrong button and the draw happened automatically. But as it is, we've got Carlisle in the 4th round, which means that we could go through to the quarterfinals if we can beat Carlisle. The draws, as it's come out, is Aston Villa will play Liverpool, Tottenham will play Stoke, Millwall will play Southampton, Everton are at home to Bristol City. Can they giant kill for a second time? Brentford beat Carlisle. Brentford to play Carlisle. Leeds, Queen's Park Rangers. West Brom, Manchester City and Manchester United will play Cardiff. That's a draw for the fourth round of the Carabao Cup. Let's have a look and see how that fits in. It's towards the end of October, so we'll be coming back for that a little way down the line, I think. Possibly Carlisle and Sunderland, possibly. Yeah, we'll see. It could be that because we'll have Crystal Palace and Burnley possibly in the next episode, and then we'll play 3 games offline and come back at the end of October for Carlisle in the fourth round of the Carabao Cup and Sunderland in the Championship. Something like that anyway. All right, without any more to do, I'm going to get on and come back just before the game against Blackburn, just in case there's any other news items you ought to be aware of. Well, there's nothing to report, really, so we'll move on. Blackburn are our opponents in the second game of the episode. At Ewood Park, they're 16th currently in the Championship. We haven't played them in the save to date, so that's not going to help us in the slightest. We are currently 7th. We've slipped down because a number of teams have played while we were playing in the Carabao match, but if we were to win today, we could leapfrog a number of these, depending on other results, of course, and we could move up the table quite swiftly, but we need to win first. That's the main thing. Blackburn, their current form, won their last match. They've won 3 of their last 5, lost the other 2, as I said earlier. We've only won 1 of our last 5, drawn 3 and lost 1. Let's go and see if we can change that today. And so here is the team that will face Blackburn. As you'll see, we have changed formation for the form isn't really culpable to stick with what we were going with. So we've decided to change it up a little bit. Their last game, they beat Peterborough by 1-0. Rare in goal then. Sorensen, Murray, Janssen and Roslev are our defensive line. De Silva and Winks in central mid. Damsgaard, Perez and Mbuemo, who could be playing his last game for us if he doesn't buck his ideas up, out on the right. Lewis Potter leads the attack. Strakosha, Starfelt, Camera, Yamalak, Preet, Sharaway and Devaisoglu are on the bench. And this is how the two teams line up. They are playing a 4-2-3-1. Very much the same as us today. And how the table looks. They're down in 16th on 9 points. We are 7th on 12 points. Confirmation of 2 teams for you. First highlight, Batty for Blackburn having a throw in. It's pretty even Stevens up until now. Not much in. Cooker goes out wide. That's been deflected, but Murray is under that, but heads it out only as far as Cook again. And Blackburn can build again. Oh, into Delap, and it's gone in. Rhea having a bad go there. Delap hit that ball. Rhea saved it, and it come off a Rhea, hit the post and into the back of the net. We're a goal down after 9 minutes. Oh, unlucky Rhea. We have a free kick. Damsgaard crosses it in. It's come back off the woodwork. Oh, has it gone out? It's gone out. Batty running down that wing. He's been tackled by Mbuemo. And Mbuemo could end up with a red here. He has. And with Mbuemo getting sent off after 27 minutes, 29 minutes. I think he's done. I think we need to get rid of him. I really, really do. And he's rubbing my nose in it, and I don't like that. Goodbye, Bryan. Goodbye. We'll sort him out between now and the next episode. That is for sure. All we can do is move Perez out to the right and now playing with 10 men. Batty with a free kick. Oh dear. Crossed in. Janssen getting underneath that, but Dolan tidies up. They're all over us. Not having anything here. Not showing any. Cook is going to cross that ball in. Sorensen tidies up though. Perez. Winks. Oh. Can tell they're just not interested at all. Delap through the bid. Diaz Arrea has saved us blushes again. It goes out for a throw in on that far side. Free kick. We're giving free kicks away all over the place. Buckley with the free kick. Has a go. Raya again saves it. Falls on the ball. Stops Heim getting in on that one. Half time comes. And poor first half again, really. 3 shots, nothing on target. 0.50 on the XG. 49% of the possession. They've had 7 shots, 4 on target. 0.86 and 51% of the possession. Basically, all over us. Well, we don't normally make changes at half time, but we're going to do so today. Damsgaard, another one like Embuemo, wants to go. Clearly doesn't want to play for us. We need to move him on very, very swiftly. Sharaway comes on to replace Damsgaard on the left-hand side of that attacking midfield. And let's see what he can do out there. First highlight of the second half. It's a throw in to Blackburn. Cook and moving it around. Delap goes out for Barrington Diaz. Oh, it's defended, but not well. And they've scored again. Delap gets the second. I don't know what to do. And we're not helped by players, A, not wanting to play for us, and B, doing silly things like getting sent off. A highlight from kickoff. Lewis Potter getting us back underway. Pablo Mari. Sorensen. Sorensen comes forward. Sorensen! Goodness me. Oh, now Roslev can't even be bothered to run for it. What is going on? Bradley Dack get. Oh dear. And Janssen's going to get sent off as well. Well, we've had to make a number of other changes at this stage as well. Perez, again, he's not playing well. Preet has come on to replace him. He will come on as an inverted winger on that side. We're not going to pull this back now. We've shot a bolt, basically. And we've also... is that the only change we've made? Oh, no, we've had to take off Josh De Silva. He was also on a yellow card. We've taken him off to be on the safe side and brought Starfelt on so that he can go in that defensive line alongside Pablo Mari. And Delap gets his hat-trick. 3-0 Blackburn, and we're going downhill very, very fast here. Highlight from kickoff again. Lewis Potter getting us back underway. Sorensen comes forward, launches a long one, but Batty heads it back to Kaminski. And this can only mean one thing. It's bad news because the highlight will continue. Are they going to impound more trouble on us? I don't know. Roslev brings that ball down nicely. Starfelt, and it's headed on, but nobody there. Just get something out of this game would be very nice. Dolan brings that down. Buckley finds Dak outside to Diaz. Roslev is stepped in. He's got that ball across to Sharaway comes forward now. Can we get something here? Sharaway's on his own. Sharaway scores his second of the season. It's 3-1. Could this be a turnaround? A 3-3 would be very nice, boys. Please. Plenty of time. 60 minutes on the clock. 61 minutes on the clock. Sharaway on his own and plants that in the back of the net. Batty with a throw in. Diaz. Batty. Menji. Travis. Hyam. Cook. Cook comes forwards, giving him a lot of room there. It's headed back into the area. And Delap scores his fourth goal of the season, fourth goal of the day. And he's offside. He's not going to score his fourth goal. Winks heads that down to Praset. Sorensen. Sharaway getting involved in that again. Sharaway through this time. Lewis Potter. Good save from Kaminsky. And this is a bit more like it. This is what we should have done with 12 or 10 men or whatever. 11 men. Preet, he's offside. And with 78 minutes on the clock, making our final two changes. Harry Winks, who's had a decent game, but he was floundering a little bit in midfield there, having to run midfield all on his own. Camera has come on to replace him, and we've taken Lewis Potter off, who's frustrated and in danger of being booked. And we've brought Diversoglu on for him. Cook with a free kick now. To Travis, back to Cook. And Lewis Potter trying to get in. He's coming off very, very shortly. Delap. And tried to cut that out. Didn't manage it. Buckley finds Bryan. And it's come back off the woodwork. Again, offside, I think. They have a free kick. Buckley with a free kick. It's come back off the woodwork. And it is all over. And it's been not a good day. We've had 2 sending off and a boatload of yellow cards as well. 8 shots, 2 on target, 0.95, 49% of the possession. They've had 25 shots, 11 of which been on target, 2.98 and 51% of the possession, a 3-1 loss. That's going to hurt. And if we don't get the sack, I'm not quite sure how we're going to turn this around, to be fair. And that poor result has seen us drop down the table somewhat. Blackburn now on equal points to us. We've dropped down to 10th, albeit it's very close at the top here. I mean, a couple of wins, if we could find a bit of form, a couple of wins would push us up the table. But we are some 15 points adrift of Crystal Palace now, who are unbeaten at the top on 27. Then Burnley second on 19, 3 points clear. Watford in third on 16. And then Huddersfield, Queen's Park Rangers and Birmingham in the drop zone. Well, as you come back, not the best of episodes, is it? I know we probably changed formation, and that probably wasn't the best and most ideal thing to do either, because that hasn't been working. I'm not quite sure what tactic or whatever to use here. If you've got any ideas, comments down in the thing below. So we need to move a couple of players on, and Buemo and Damsgaard, we've got 7 days, I think, to the next one, and we'll be seeing what we can do with them. Get them shifted out of it. Might help the dressing room as well, so we don't completely lose the dressing room. Coming back then for Crystal Palace and Burnley. Crystal Palace, of course, top of the pile, unbeaten at the moment. Burnley in second, so the top 2 in the next episode, just to make life easy. You know, we don't want to make it too... We don't make this too easy, do we? And then we'll have a little bit of a break, come back for Carlisle and Sunderland. Apologies for this coming out late, but we've had a few technical issues today and a few things to sort in normal life. So I do apologise for this not coming out in our normal time scale. So I hope it doesn't spoil your enjoyment when you do get to see it. Well, if you've enjoyed today's episode or if you're enjoying the series so far, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. Keep you up to date with all future episodes of Project Turnaround, our other series, To Be a Legend. And, of course, anything that's happening on FM24. And if you haven't bought that FM24 yet, you're still thinking about it, description below has got a link. If you hit that link and add the code that is also down there, you can get it for just over £35, and you help the channel while you're at it. So thank you very much for that. Best way of keeping up to date of all that's happening on the channel is to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideToo. New episodes of Project Turnaround released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15pm. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. Have yourselves a great weekend. I'm back on Tuesday, hopefully, with episode 7. Until then, goodbye.